Hello everyone. Tomorrow is going to be October 1st, 2024. 4 years ago on October 1st, 2020, I remember coming back from the UK. I was actually on the first flight that left, the first British Airways flight that left UK to Abuja. I was on that first flight after they had lifted the the lockdown that had happened in the world. Yes, I was not in Nigeria when COVID happened. I was actually with my daughter in Scotland, with my children, and I stayed there throughout the COVID. And as soon as it was lifted, I came back. Before that protest was going to happen, there were a lot of people who were saying all sorts of things. Many people said I had even run away from Nigeria. I was no longer living in Nigeria and stuff like that. And there was a lot of, oh, you cannot dare to come, blah, blah, blah. I arrived. I did my quarantine. You remember that time you have to quarantine for, is it 2 weeks or so? And on 1st of October, I came out. I even did a video that actually went viral in some way. In that video was the video where I said, you will see 10,000 retweets online. And offline, you will literally see almost like nothing. Few people, less than 1,000 will come out and protest. And so after doing that video, we did that protest. 7 days after was when EndSARS happened. EndSARS was something that nobody saw. It came out of this way. And people stood, people cried. Like my friend said, she said EndSARS protest was protest for survival. It wasn't protest for empathy, like what we have with the Bring Back Our Girls movement, where people felt the need. Oh, some people had been taken away and they came out. Most of the people who came out for EndSARS protest were either victims, had loved ones who were victims, or, some of them were even victims many times over. And so we did that march. It's 4 years now. This month will be 4 years. On the 20th of October 2020, we all saw what happened, where the government decided that they were going to kill citizens who had come out and said to government, please protect us from policemen and women that were killing us. On the 20th of October 2020, indeed, one of the things that Nigerians always hear people in uniform say, which is, I will kill you and nothing will happen. It was proven right, because soldiers were brought in to kill citizens. And since then, people have stood up and sought in one way or the other, tried as much as they can to ensure that the memories of those who were killed is not in vain, and that their death will never be in vain. And it's October. Tomorrow will be October 1st. Guess what has been happening? A lot of attacks and smear campaigns on the people who fought hard, who were on the line of fire during EndSARS. Most people don't see patterns, but there are always patterns that are out there. And these patterns, if you watch them, they always repeat themselves. You could literally almost predict what is going to happen. Or when you see it happening, you can say in your mind that, I've seen this before. Because the pattern that we have right now is the one where people are being attacked, especially those who were on the forefront of EndSARS. So that at the end of the day, later on in this month, nobody is going to be talking about, another EndSARS memorial. When people who are the ones doing the memorial have been attacked by people and called all sorts of names and said that they collected money, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. It's always good. Nigerians do that thing a lot, where they bring in and say that, oh, people have taken money. And then what they are trying to say, that I've seen some people who are making those comments already. Oh, they are like the other ones. And then why are you holding the likes of Tinubu accountable? Why are you holding them? Even these ones that you think are fighting for your right, they are going to be just like them. And sadly, we have a lot of people that are going to take that on and accept it and run away with it. They've always done that. Well, at the end of the day, the people are the ones who would suffer. It's a strategy. It's orchestrated. You can see it. You can smell it. You could literally touch it, because they do it again and again and again. And the people who are supposed to know better never know better, it seems, because they keep falling for it again and again and again. So here we are. 2 things are going to happen this October. There's a protest that citizens have been planning that they want to do. Fantastic. And like I've always said, everybody has a right to protest at any time they want to protest, when they want to protest, however they want to protest, and to whom they want to protest. And for people who think that others don't have protest, they've not asked you to come out, so let them be. But guess what is happening? The so-called government, illegitimate government. By the way, somebody said that, oh, how dare I say that Father Nash should not take on someone when they are being different, when I also call people like Tinubu names and they never sue me. I laugh in 3D. But there was an explanation that someone gave that which was so apt, that defamation is different. I don't say things that are not true or not factual or not reported. You will say it. But anyway, let me focus on the what I'm talking about today, which is the fact that there are citizens who are coming out to protest, and you see the government and the security agents all of a sudden, they are now coming out to tell us they've brought anti-this, anti-that, anti-those, especially the Nigerian police, that never seem to take on terrorists, that never seem to go after them. They all always sit down and focus on citizens who are coming out to make demands. There was also something very interesting. Someone insulted me, and after I finished insulting me, he said, hope we see you tomorrow. Well, you won't see me tomorrow, because I, Aisha Yusufu, I will not protest to an illegitimate government. I will not give legitimacy. When you protest to someone, you actually believe in that person and in the authority that they have and the capacity for them to solve your problem. I do not believe that Tinubu has a right to being the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He rigged the election. And so as far as I'm concerned, his government is an illegitimate one. There is no government in Nigeria. So who am I going to be protesting that somebody somewhere is hungry? No, that's not me. I'm not the one who is going to do that. And I've said this even before. People have asked me this question before. So for those of you who are sitting down there, oh, you think you're not, I'm not coming out. You go do what you want to do. Repeatedly, you said that, oh, all Aisha does is to come and embezzle money. So, well, keep your money, chop your money. Be the one doing the embezzlement. I'm not going to do it. And one thing with me that most of you don't understand is that I don't do things because of people. I do things when I want to do them, and if I don't want to do them, I will not do them. That's who I am, even as a child. And by the way, it got me a lot of beating, and I didn't mind, and it was okay. So when I want to do something, I will. What I'm focused on is whatever I can to legitimately and constitutionally remove Tinubu from power. I'm there. Call me there. I will be there. And so right now, what I have at my disposal is the election, and is the politics and the election. And I will continue to talk and be there with people and look for ways to ensure that even the rigging, he will not have the capacity to rig again. And so everybody has a right to do whichever one that they want to do. If there's a protest that say remove Tinubu today, go to the National Assembly and get the National Assembly to do the needful to impeach Tinubu, you can get me there. But other than that, I'm not interested. Because even the impeachment myself, because that's what needs to be done. There is no government. Yeah, you can say that's sort of like a contradiction, because one, there's no government. There are people who believe that that's a government. For me, actually, there's nothing. So my energy is on election, and that's what I'm focusing on. In 2018, I realized that if I continue to come out every day and just stand on the streets and make demands and that's all, then I'm as incompetent as the people that I call incompetent. Because they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And so if I need the governance in Nigeria to be fixed, I need to fix the politics and ensure that the people who get into office are people with competence, character, capacity, people that can ensure that the right thing is done, and people that when you protest to them, they understand what needs to be done and get it done. And I'll round up here by saying, for those of you who always say, oh, but you're doing advocacy, why are you in politics? Mr. Man or Mrs. Woman or Madam Woman, advocacy and politics are the same. They are supposed to be for the greater good of the people. It's only in Nigeria that politicians have turned it into for their personal good and the good of their stooges. It's supposed to be for the greater good. And the end result is supposed to be the same for politics and advocacy. It is the process of getting to that end result that differs. While the people in advocacy will point out the problem, The people in politics are supposed to solve that problem. So the people are not your fellow citizens are not the ones that are supposed to solve your problem. It's the people that you put in government. And right now, they've turned you against each other. You're fighting each other instead of putting your head together and fighting them. Thank you for watching.